Yo, it's definitely the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again, you dig? Hey man, we got Donald Trump in the news. And basically in regards to the 737 crash, he's denying all involvement, and he's also letting them know that basically in regards to the 737 crash, also letting them know that the plane had to go through a rough neighborhood. We're gonna play the footage of him actually saying that the plane had to go through a rough neighborhood. It's quite interesting statement. You feel me? Gemstone salute. So, a lot of people got a lot of things to say about President Donald Trump. The thing is, my views on him. If you watch the channel, we'll know what's going on. Breadman TV, salute, fam. I want you to get up here, man. You available, fam? Yeah, man. Let me get the invite. We gonna play the clip. Salute, fam. Salute, King T. Salute, Gemstone. Cause this clip is quite an interesting clip. You feel me? Because it's actually like people probably like, oh, this is clickbait, but this ain't clickbait. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick.
Somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
Pretty rough neighborhood. That's why they locked the doors and rolled the windows up.
But somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
So it's definitely something that he said. He said that it was going through a rough neighborhood. You feel me? So, a lot of people probably thinking like, oh man, you tripping, but hold on. Let me hit it back one more time so y'all can really understand me. You feel me? So let me take that off. You hear me? Let me take that off. That way y'all completely understand. You feel me? So let me play that footage right back real quick for y'all, man.
But somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
Pretty rough neighborhood. That's why they locked the doors and rolled the windows up.
A pretty rough neighborhood. He called it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly what President Donald Trump meant by it was going through a pretty rough neighborhood in the sky. You know what I mean? It's like kind of bugged out, but at the end of the day, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think, man. What y'all think about President Donald Trump making comments like that? You feel me? You think it was uncalled for? You think because he's basically saying that his involvement, the U.S. government involvement in the 737 crash, don't have nothing to do with the U.S. And he's saying that plane had trouble because it went through a rough neighborhood. You feel me? So at the end of the day, people gonna probably be like, hey, you clickbaiting, but y'all seen it right there. Y'all seen it right there.
But somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
Pretty rough neighborhood.
You see? So like, it's just quite interesting how you know, President Donald Trump, you know, when he denies all claims, but the thing that'll come out of his mouth is that, you know, this particular plane had to go through a rough neighborhood. You know, I think is interesting to the American people. They definitely gonna probably have a concern behind that statement. Me personally, I think that he's trying to, you know, separate himself from that particular situation because, like I said, Iran said they thought it was a missile, you know, but it's like, I don't, you know, it's like, wow, man. What can you say in a situation like this? Because you got people that's going across the world right now that's coming from home base, coming out of the States, come your own backyard, your neighbor probably got to go in and go to war, you know? Yeah. So, you know, saying it is what it is, you know, that's why I wanted Bread Man to come up here and express a couple of his views because I know that he has some quite interesting views. It's a different standpoint. I wanted the people to hear it. Um, yeah, no doubt. No doubt, people. Oh, I see it. Hold on. Let me pull up this one. So, like, the biggest concern, like, people got to say is, like, they wondering how MAGA supporters is going to support this particular statement. You know what I mean? Is MAGA supporters really going to support this particular statement? Take that. They basically saying that they need to hold him accountable for exactly what he's saying. I'm just reading some of this news, man. It's just quite interesting. But the president of the United States said that that plane went through a bad area, you know. Pulling up the footage right now, people. Look what he said here. Excuse me. No, we don't do the clickbait. That's what people would assume it was gonna be clickbait, but it ain't no clickbait over here, man. How do I come on?
We're going to be issuing an emergency order of prohibition to ground all flights of the 737 MAX 8.
Trump claims that he can fix the 737. You say how you get up here? You just call. You can click the link or call in.
We're going to be issuing an emergency order of prohibition to ground all flights of the 737 MAX 8 and the 737 MAX 9.
See, they don't want that footage to play. Notice that. Peep game, people. Peep game.
And planes associated with that line. I've spoken to Elaine Chow, Secretary of Transportation, Dan Elwell, Acting Administrator of the FAA, and to Dennis Mullenberg, CEO of Boeing. And they'll be available shortly after our conference today.
All them APIs had to connect to my computer. Ain't that crazy?
In the air will go to its destination and thereafter be grounded until further notice.
Psh. That's just crazy, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna be up there.
Pretty rough neighborhood. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
See, it wasn't flying in our system.
Made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in.
It wasn't.
Not our system. No, it's not. On the other side, could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in. Not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood.
Pretty rough neighborhood, people. That's what he called it. That's what he's saying. Pretty rough neighborhood. You know. But that's just the least things that he got on his plate, right? He got a lot of stuff on his plate coming. You know, a lot of people, I seen something on Young Pharaoh, what Young Pharaoh was saying about it. And, you know, it was quite interesting, his whole perspective about it. You know, Young Pharaoh. It was quite interesting. Y'all seen that joint with Young Pharaoh? Impeachment, I hope. That's what you hope, NBA? That's what you hope, NBA?
I think not. I think not. Bitch, I like to smell good. I can't be and then on top of that, you don't know from the black community. So does the inner city black folks join forces with white folks? Or do we say, well, fuck it, we just gonna go down and let Iran come over here and slay us? Do the Spanish community lock arms with the black community? Or fuck it, we just gonna let the Arab come over here and have his way? And so the point I'm trying to make is, it's a lot of shit going on that most of y'all are too behind to catch up on. It's just too many years and years of fucking research and progress that y'all just won't catch up on. So to keep it simple for y'all, I'm gonna leave it at this. Get the fuck off the internet making memes acting like we don't want no smoke. Because all you doing is telling motherfuckers that we don't want no smoke. And then on top of that, you don't know if the person that's making the memes is they ass. You don't know if it's a nigga in Iran right now got a profile acting like a pro-black person and they making fucking profile, they making memes and shit acting like, well, black people ain't got nothing to do with it because they trying to influence the entire, you know, black population in America not to get involved if they bring their ass over here. Vice versa. Same thing with other races of people. And so what y'all gotta realize is, nigga, you've been a part of this country all this time. Okay? If it pop off over here, nigga, choose wisely, nigga. That's all I'm.
And that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you've been out at this country for all this time. So if it pop off, you better choose wisely. You feel me? At the end of the day, like Young Pharaoh said, you know what I'm saying? I feel exactly where he coming from because you don't know what type of propaganda they got going on. You don't know if they is coming out here with this propaganda, making the memes and stuff, and it's really them. You know what I mean? Telling the black, trying to get the black population, but not knowing that these same people don't realize that they uncle might be shipped off the war right now. They baby son who's turning 18 might be shipped off to the war right now. So they not realizing that this is the country you're in. You're in America. You know what I'm saying? You here. This is where you at the end of the day. So pick a side. Pick a side, people. Because I know my family is in the military. You know what I'm saying? I didn't choose to go to the military because when I was coming up, you know, around 18, they was doing a draft too. But at the same time, I was hoping I didn't go because it was that whole Iraq situation had just came up. You know, I was in a freshman in high school, you know, sitting in the classroom, and I remember, you know, when the Twin Towers came down. You feel me? When we started seeing the Pentagon and everything. You know what I mean? I remember that. You know, I'm sitting there in the classroom. They stopped they put it on the whole announcement. You know what I'm saying? The Kenwood Academy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, Illinois, yo. This is what's taking place. Then they start rolling TVs inside of our classrooms. You feel me? So like y'all got to understand that this could go back to where it was like back then. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was like people down left and right. That's why, you know, the name stem Iraq and how many murders it was coming out of that place. You feel me? So it's something different, you know. You know what I'm saying? We got Bread Man up on the line, so that's dope. Let's pull him in. Salute, brother. Salute.
What's the damn deal?
What's good, bro? Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah.
What's the damn deal? You got me?
Yeah, because it's like a different situation, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. So how you doing, bro? How you doing, man? How your day?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm over here grinding, man. About to get it in, man. Basically, doing the same thing you doing, man. It's a pleasure to finally catch up with you, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you constantly grinding, man. I think it's like 10 of you over there, man. I'm trying to figure this shit out. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, salute, man. Salute. I see you doing your damn thing.
Salute, for real, man. I
But
appreciate that.
you caught my attention, man. We gonna get on Trump ass tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just want to touch on that real quick.
Yeah.
You know, because I had been going in on his ass lately. You know what I mean? And what I try to do, you know what I mean? I always tell people politics can get it can get very, very complicated. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I turn a lot of black people off. You know what I'm saying? It can get niggas want to take you around the corner. You know what I'm saying? All this extra shit. But every so often shit get very, very simple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And nigga, I don't know about you, but impeachment to me is simple, right? The nigga is impeached. Bottom line. You understand what I'm saying? They can't tell you nothing else. Now, what's gonna happen after the fact, you understand? That's where we get, again, that's where it gets complicated because here you got a nigga that's basically been fired, but he's still walking around the goddamn corporation. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what you call white privilege. You see what I'm saying? Because only white privilege would afford you this luxury. You been fired, nigga. You got rid of, nigga, and they impeached you. But now we gotta have meetings and we gotta have trials to see if this nigga actually gonna get fucking kicked out the White House, right? Right?
Right.
With his own record, nigga, your ass was impeached over treason, nigga. Point blank, period. The foundation of that shit was treason, nigga. And to distract everybody from the trial, right? That's going on right now, to distract everybody from that shit. What does he do? Some gangsta ass shit, right? He assassinates a goddamn general from Iran, nigga, out the blue. Straight gangster shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So are we talking about the impeachment now? No, nigga, we talking about going to war.
Yeah, wartime.
His ass is he willing to put motherfuckers back into another motherfucking war, right? To save his own ass, bro. Right? So I be wondering what MAGA Nation think about that. You know, when are you ready to put your baby back on that plane? You gonna put your baby on that plane? I heard you talking about that shit. You know, we all remember what happened, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So MAGA Nation, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? To put your son, your daughter on a plane, right? Over his personal bullshit.
And you remember, like, it wasn't until really Obama came in office when they started really send troops back home from being over there for like years.
Fact.
Years.
Nigga, everything been Gucci, my nigga. Nigga, look, it was all week. It was all good just a week ago, nigga.
Right.
Point blank, period. It was all good just a week ago. And overnight, you know what I'm saying? Overnight, this nigga has provoked a motherfucking war. This is not for play, bro.
So how do you feel about that? Like when people were saying, like, you got young Pharaoh, he's saying how like we got to be careful because like the propaganda, how black people shouldn't be involved, but at the same time, our people the one fighting the war too. They in the military, you know what I mean? Our friends and family. So like, how do you feel like do you think it could be something that they actually doing that's trying to, you know, come with a whole type of propaganda to keep us on their side, or, you know, to go against our country?
That's a very, very, very good question, right? And that's why I say you have to keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what motherfuckers like to do. That's niggas walking you around the corner. That's niggas taking you upstairs. That's niggas taking you around the back. When nigga, it's right here on the counter, nigga. The nigga was impeached.
Right.
That's point blank, period. You can't get around that. And none of this was going on, right, until his ass got impeached. Point blank, period. So let's deal with that and stick to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need nobody else to tell me nothing or sell me on nothing else. I got common sense. We haven't heard, does anybody know? They scrambling trying to tell niggas why we had to kill this man. I'm not for terrorism. I don't support none of that shit, right? But I don't know these motherfuckers, right? I was there, nigga, 2000, nigga, when the goddamn towers fell. I remember, nigga, I was on a college campus. Right. I remember, nigga, the America was in shambles, nigga, for like a decade after.
Facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
I remember all that shit. So no, nigga, I don't want to see none of that shit come back, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Same here.
And my thing is, they love war. They love that shit, and right, and that's cool. I understand, right? But again, this is what black people need to step up. I don't know what Pharaoh talking about, nigga. You need to read the Constitution. Just like they hold their Constitution close to their heart, nigga, you need to hold it close to your motherfucking heart, nigga, because this is what you are remembered in history, nigga. What side of the Constitution, when these crackers, you understand, when MAGA Nation, right, went rogue, nigga, took the country, nigga, down the fucking drains, nigga. It was us, nigga, that held the Constitution close. And the Constitution says, nigga, right, that you have to ask Congress, nigga. We can't go to sleep overnight, nigga, and you just killing niggas and bombing niggas with drones, and you ain't asked nobody? You ain't told nobody? That's right. The Constitution. You can't do that. We have checks and balances, my nigga. Right? So before we get into all this other shit, my nigga, let's figure out, right, why we had to go down this path. How is it? Let me ask you a question, because this is a good question. This is a good question. Do you think, right, if you were in charge of $1 billion corporation, America is $1 trillion corporation, nigga. If you were in charge of $1 trillion corporation, you were the CEO, right? And they outright fired your ass. They fired your ass, nigga. You got impeached. And they trying to figure out what to do with you. Do you think that it's safe for that corporation? Do you think it's beneficial for that corporation, for you to remain in that seat and be able to make major calls like this nigga did? Do you think you should be able to still make major trades? Should you be able to take major meetings? Should you be able to talk to a major figurehead? What is he doing? What are we doing as a country?
I was hearing, you know, saying that Clinton, right after he got impeached, he did the same thing. Like doing that same process, like he did the same exact thing that Trump is doing.
It's the playbook. It's the playbook, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not, and see this what motherfuckers, they really can't fuck with me, bro. My shit is solid, my nigga. I keep it A100. This is the playbook, bro. Right? You can go back to Clinton, right? And you can go back to Bush. If you look right before all this shit happened, they had shit going on, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And we gotta stop getting dragged into this bullshit, right? And I'm definitely not getting dragged into it for a racist, outright racist motherfucker like this. I'm not doing it. So I'm gonna speak up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? In history, we haven't had been able to have a voice like we have right now. Like what you doing right now, right? What I'm trying to do right now, we haven't had the luxury of having this opportunity in history. So I'm going to make it well worth, you know what I'm saying, for me. I'm gonna make it work for me, nigga. I'm going to speak up because I have the opportunity and I have the capability, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you for doing the same thing. And anybody that's watching should be getting in on this shit and speaking the fuck up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is our time, my nigga. Real talk.
Yeah. I see we got the trolls already coming in.
Yeah,
because they talking about President Trump is a good guy.
Well, look, this is what we do. What do we do? What do we do? We sit back and let niggas walk through our own hood like King Face, like it's all good. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's the how did it start with King Face? You know what I mean? Because I know he a mega supporter, and you pretty much against mega support. We did an interview with King Face, you know, which was dope. So tell me what's going on.
Okay, well let me clarify. I'm not against people supporting what they want to support. So I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I'm against black MAGA supporters. I'm gonna just keep it funky. So that goes for King Face, that goes for Candace Owens, that goes for any other coon ass nigga around here with a red hat. You understand? Talking about what Trump has done for them. Right. I'm against that because that's bullshit. Right? So I'm gonna keep it funky. I was on a live with Queen's Flip, right?
Right.
And I was trying to do some promo for my show, the Angry Black Man podcast with Bread Man, right? I'm trying to do some promo for that. And so I'm just trying to chop it up with Flip. And he you know, he getting mad. I'm kind of getting under his skin. He said, you know what? I got a nigga for you. I got King Face for you. I'm gonna get King Face for you after you like to yell a lot. You know, I'm real emotional when I talk. You know, I can't help it. It's just how I am. I'm passionate. So I said, who you talking about? Coon Face? I called it just how I was, Coon Face. Because that's what he is to me. I never met the man. All I see is what he puts out there. You understand what I'm saying? And if that's who you say you are, then that's all I have to go off. So to me, that's coonism. So I called him Coon Face. And it kind of went from there. This nigga brought me on this live, right? And 5 minutes into his live that evening, right? He's telling me how niggas ain't shit and we always complaining about the white man and it's our fault and Trump has done this and done that. So I asked the nigga straight up. I asked the nigga a simple question. I asked him two simple questions. I said, one, are you gonna let Trump grab your mama by the pussy too? He had a problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? He had trouble answering that question, right? And what he ultimately said was, yes, Trump can rape my mother, right? Then I had another simple question for him. What are you gonna do, right? When Trump tells you to take your bitch ass back to Haiti, right? Right? Well, you know what he said? He's not gonna tell me. I said, shit. He told Obama that. He told Obama he wasn't from here. He told Obama he wasn't American. So what you gonna do when he tell you that? He doing that shit to motherfuckers down here every day, nigga. I'm in Texas, nigga. I'm in Houston, Texas. I see motherfuckers in cages, they in cages every day, right? So what makes you think he ain't gonna tell your bitch ass that, right? He couldn't answer that question. So from there, it was downhill. It was downhill. He wanted to make it personal, right? And and send personal attacks to me, you can say whatever the fuck you want, my nigga. But I speak on your own words, right? Right. So if anybody got a problem, you know what I'm saying, with the shit that they've seen, this is your man's own words. And I refuse to let niggas like that. You don't speak for the black community. You banned from saying how the audacity of motherfuckers in New York, right, to let niggas like this walk around and constantly say the word nigga. He did a whole interview with my son, right? My son's supposed to be so you know what I'm saying, so a stand-up nigga from what I thought, right?
Right.
But you let this man sit in your face and constantly say the word nigga. You can't do that. You can't talk like that. You don't speak for us, right? So that's what I have a problem with, my nigga. I call a spade, bro. I call a spade, bro. And any nigga that's gonna sit up there and tell me that a nasty, racist, perverted, shitty motherfucker like Donald Trump, right, can grab my mama by the pussy, my nigga, you have no respect. You are done. You are forever dead. And anytime I see you, that's just what it is, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand how anybody can have a problem with that. I don't care if you're on the left, if you're on the right, if you're in the middle, right? Who? And this was somebody told me. Oh, his mother wasn't there for him. She was in jail. So, nigga, that's your mama. And there we have the problem. You understand? So my problem is, right? I don't give a fuck about these other people. They're gonna do what they do. These MAGA supporters, they're going to do what they do. Nigga, it's etched in stone. They will be forever remembered in history as turncoats, as treasonous, as racist motherfuckers. The party of racists and the party of treason. Right? Right? That's facts. That's facts. But I refuse to let a motherfucker like King Face. I refuse to let people like Candace Owens, right? I refuse to let people like Kanye West, right, walk around here and speak on the behalf of me, my nigga. He told me he wasn't black. King Face told me he wasn't black.
It says
so if you're not black, why come every time they want to talk to somebody, why they come get you to come speak for the black community? Why is your name attached to the black community? That shit don't work like that.
Right.
That's not how it's supposed to work, man.
Let me respond to this comment. She says that also a distraction from his illegal BS when Bush Jr. sent people to die at war while his daughters were partying in bars and getting high off cocoa, should have sent useless kids to the front line too.
Weapons of mass destruction. That's what they told. So that's what they told you.
So I guess in her comment, she pretty much saying that, you know, at the end of the day, he gonna send your family members to the front lines for war, but he won't send his own sons and daughters to the front line for war.
None of them have a military background. None of them. It's disrespectful what they doing to the country. They don't hold the Constitution close to their heart. They don't stand on liberty and justice for all. They're not about none of that shit, my nigga. They're not about none of that shit. Right? MAGA Nation, this is something we've never seen. Right? We've never seen this in history, nigga. The country is divided, and it's really not about black or white no more. This is some other shit. Our forefathers will be turning over. Well, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something, my nigga. I'm not a scholar, bro. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm nobody's scholar, right? But I got common motherfucking sense. You understand what I'm saying? And if they still giving it, which they are, I'm very close with people who create the curriculum, right, for our babies today, right? So if they stand on the shit that they teaching our babies today, our forefathers would be rolling over in their motherfucking grave if they saw what was going on in the White House right now. Nigga, that's a fact. You can't tell me nothing else, nigga. Right. That's a motherfucking fact.
So let me ask you a question then. So when it came to Obama, President Barack Obama, did you think he did a good job in the office while he was in office?
Barack Obama did an outstanding job. I have my issues with Barack Obama too, right? But if we're gonna talk about foreign policy, you understand what I'm saying? Barack Obama did an outstanding job, right? He told you motherfuckers, look, we gonna squash all this shit. I'm gonna go get this nigga. He killed Osama bin Laden, nigga. He brought the country back down to peace, nigga. He brought a lot of our fucking troops back home, nigga. We are reaping the benefits of what this nigga sowed. And nigga, it take time to do work. And here we let this raggedy motherfucker come behind him and tear everything down. See, this is the problem, right? Right. Our country is basically falling, nigga, over racism, because this is what racism does. Right? Right? You so motherfucking racist and so caught up on Obamacare. Obama did this, Obama did that. So I have to go down and tell everything this black man did, regardless of what it does to the country. So y'all saying, oh, I'm not gonna take you around the corner. I'm saying this to say the Iran nuclear deal, nigga, everything was Gucci. Shit was good, nigga. It was all good just a week ago. And President Trump fucked it up. He botched the deal. This shit has been going on. He been talking shit about the Iran nuclear deal. He didn't want this shit. He been deviating from that shit. And what the Iran nuclear deal gives us is peace, nigga, on both sides. You chill out and we gonna chill out. Right? And what this nigga has done is fuck all that up. He's botched the deal. He's fucked it all up. Overnight, nigga. Overnight. It's done. It's out of there. We are back into conflict. Right? So did you not see the Boeing jet just come out the motherfucking sky and everybody trying to clean that shit up? Oh, we don't know who did it. We know who did it.
Yeah,
we know. Are you confused? Are you confused as to what has happened?
Said he went through a bad neighborhood.
Yeah. That's racist. That's racist. And on top of that, it's over your bullshit. It happened because of you.
Right.
And how do you respond with a racist comment like that? He went through a bad neighborhood. I mean, am I off there? Does that not sound racist to you?
Yeah, that's definitely considered racist because
he went through a bad neighborhood. That's why
yeah.
that's why they got victimized.
I see how that could be considered racist. I definitely
that's racist, nigga. On every level. Just like he said what he said months ago. It was good people on both sides. Right? We still confused about, but see, this is where it goes to another level, right? Because you can be racist all you want, right? But when it puts the country, right, when it puts people's lives in jeopardy, now we have to take action, my nigga. And I just want to know, how are you able to make calls like this and you have been impeached? Should you be on probation or some shit? Shouldn't they have like a muzzle on you or something? Right? Huh?
Yeah, but do you really think that some people will argue that the president of the United States really is not making the decision? It's a whole nother type of party behind the scenes that's making the decisions.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, which makes it, which we should even which should raise more caution for everybody, right? Because
right.
who would put it in the hands of this motherfucker? That's all I'm saying, right? So they outright telling you this is what they're doing. They trying the American people. How racist can we be? Because we found a nigga who don't care. Let's keep it funky. Donald Trump's gonna let his nuts hang. He gonna say what the fuck he want, right? And so what they doing in the background, they saying, goddamn, they really gonna ride with this shit. You understand? It's really still more racist motherfuckers here, right, than it is these motherfuckers who's trying to move the country forward, right? So let's roll with it. Let's roll with this shit. Let's see how far we can take it. And do you see how far they have taken? You see how far they didn't push the American people, nigga? We are truly divided. But right here, we can come together, nigga. If we come back to the Constitution, right? If we come back to the laws that you motherfuckers wrote down, we'd be all right. We'd be all right. So I'm gonna post up. I'm gonna post up right here on the Constitution, nigga. And that shit says, nigga, you can't do that shit. What you did, that's a problem, nigga. Nobody want to talk about that, right? Because back then we didn't have drones and shit. He didn't go nowhere, nigga. He did that shit in the motherfucking White House, right? So that's where you find the loop at, right?
This is coming from a person. These people that's on the screen right now, people, they were actually mega supporters, but I don't know what transpired. I'm about to play the clip and see why they're not mega supporters anymore.
Merlin and Eileen. And I just wanted to apologize for flipping you off in Tampa. I got carried away. You know, it's like I was asking for facts and not opinions. That's okay. That's all. I understand. That's all. That's very nice of you to say that. I get carried away, so I just wanted to apologize. Well, thank you very much. I accept your apology, and I hope.
That's a mega supporter right there, pretty much, you know, apologizing because I guess some of the tactics that they use when they're out in the field, you know, they're attacking people. That's what allegedly people are saying. That a lot of the mega supporters are attacking people. How do you feel about that? Have you been attacked online since you've been going against the whole mega thing?
Hell yeah, they some ruthless, nasty, racist motherfuckers. But guess what? And you know what I'm gonna do? Just so you don't think I'm lying, because I don't erase shit off of my Instagram, right? Right. But that shit don't move me, my nigga, because I was raised in this country. I know what this country about. So it's actually a breath of fresh air, right? When I see motherfuckers hit my line, right? Calling me nigga, calling me monkey, calling me all kind of mother, just outright nigga, not even no debate, no points whatsoever. But it's a breath of fresh air, and it lets me know that I'm not tripping. I'm on the right motherfucking track. You understand? Yeah, it is what it is. They are some nasty motherfuckers, bro. And I know you. If you haven't got it, you got me on this motherfucker. So you gonna see what I'm talking about. But it don't move me none. What my problem is, right? My problem is we can't give back the same energy, right? When we give back the same energy, it's a problem because this is what would happen on Instagram. They would come at me, all kind of racist shit in my. Nobody getting blocked. No, I don't block nobody, nigga. I feel like if you gotta block somebody on YouTube, listen, everybody. If you gotta block somebody on YouTube, right, and you gotta block somebody on Twitter, and you gotta block somebody on Instagram, and you engage in that debate, right, then you lost. You lost, nigga. You lost. So I don't block nobody, right? But what happens is when I start responding, right, I don't call them cracker. I don't call them out their name. I ask them simple questions. So I guess Donald Trump can grab your mama by the pussy too, right? I start getting blocked. You understand what I'm saying? My account start getting mysteriously shut down, right? When I ask simple, real ass questions. But I don't trip, my nigga. I just keep my head down and I keep chucking, my nigga, because I'm not going nowhere, right? I'm not going nowhere. I'm here for the long haul. This nigga has been impeached. There's no way around it.
So when it comes to like, you almost like, I was just thinking, so in a sense, when it comes to you familiar with King Erna?
Yes, I'm familiar with King Erna.
So like you pretty much taking the same approach with like how King Erna feel about rats and snitches. You taking the same approach when it comes to the politics, right?
What they call King Erna, they call him the honor snatcher, right?
Right.
I'm the coon snatcher, nigga. I'm the coon snatcher. See, I don't go after Sean Hannity. I'm not going after Rush Limbaugh. I'm not going after, you know what I'm saying? They are who they are. They're not gonna wake up tomorrow and be black. They ain't my people. I go after my people, nigga. You have no nigga, no business with that fucking hat on, nigga. We know what it represents. You have no business running around here talking about what the fuck Trump did for you. Nigga, you was black before him, and you're gonna be black after him. So anything you did, nigga, you best believe you did for your motherfucking self. And I'm just here to remind niggas. Now my approach might be a little rough around the edges, and forgive me. I'm working on it, right? But that's just that just is what. Am I wrong, bro? Just let me know. Am I wrong?
No, you definitely you know, one thing about America, you know, especially now more than ever, you do have a right to speak on things that you feel uncomfortable about, and I can sympathize with a lot of the things that you're saying.
Yeah, and see, and the thing about me is once I'm like caviar. You know, they say that the taste is hard to acquire, right? But once you fuck with me, so if you go and look at a lot of my content, all my content is not about King Face. All my content is not about Donald Trump. I cover a myriad and variety of issues, right? And the foundation of that shit, you know what I'm saying? It always come back to us, bro. You know what I'm saying? It always come back to my people. You know what I mean? So anybody, you know what I'm saying, paying attention, man, y'all make sure y'all go check me out. Breadman TV, make sure y'all subscribe. The Angry Black Man Podcast with Breadman. We talk about a lot of different shit, a myriad of issues. You know what I'm saying? But this just be some of the main shit that people want to hear about. You know what I mean? So this is what it is. And I refuse to let niggas like King Face, you understand, run around being in the fucking news headlines like he's an ambassador for the black people. No, my nigga, you shouldn't even be around here saying the word nigga. You banned from saying the word nigga, right? And anybody who lets that man come in the presence of him talking like that, right, you should question your motherfucking morals, right? You should do some self-inventory and figure out what the fuck you got going on. We cannot have people like this going around in our community, you know what I'm saying? Acting like they speak up for us. Because they put these motherfuckers on the main stage. What you think is about to happen now? Because Trump is going through all this shit, right? Anytime a president goes through impeachment like this, all his other colleagues, all those other politicians, what you gonna say? Oh, nah, I don't think he should be impeached. Fuck the Constitution. You can't say that. You can't take that approach. You have to sit down and shut the fuck up, right? So what happens is they start pushing people like Candace Owens, like King Face, like Kanye West. They start getting these mega fucking platforms, right? Right? They send the coons out to do the heavy work for them. We can't have that shit, my nigga. Let them motherfuckers fall where they fall. Let them fall on their own, nigga. Let them fall on their own fucking accord. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So you think that King Face and Candace Owens is definitely a part of the whole propaganda you saying?
Yes. That nigga, they are extremely important. You understand what I'm saying? And you'll start to see more and more people like that pop up. They're gonna start getting more shine. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, this shit, nigga, this shit is not for play. You understand? So all that other shit, it was debatable whether he's a racist or not. I get on TV and debate about that all day, right? I'm cool. Whether he did this, we can do it. But once he's been impeached, once they talking about treason, once, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers about to go to war and all this shit, nah, my nigga, they have to fall back. So what you're gonna have is a slew of black coon ass niggas with this red MAGA hat on, talking this dumb shit, looking delusional, like we not at motherfucking war, right? Right. So let's keep it funky, bro. We can't have that shit, bro. We're not going to be remembered on that side. You wasn't fucking with us before. you wouldn't fuck with us from the jump. In the beginning, I remember. Let me know if I'm tripping, my nigga. When this shit first started, didn't they have people, black people, at the MAGA rallies getting punched in the motherfucking face, getting jumped on by these racist motherfuckers? You don't remember? Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember it was stories inside the news. Yeah.
It was story, nigga. It was footage and everything. I saw it with my own eyes. So now all of a sudden, you motherfuckers is on the main stage, right? Before this, all you could do was sit in the back and hold a motherfucking sign. That's all they would let black people do, right?
Mm.
Now they gave you the mic. Now you're on the news,
right?
Huh? What's going on? We gotta open up our motherfucker. We gotta open up our eyes, man. We gotta open up our eyes and pay attention, bro. You don't have to be well enriched and versed in history and well versed in all kind of other shit to have common sense, to understand what the fuck is going on. This is simple shit. It's simple shit. You know, so media outlets like yourself. You know what I'm saying? We need we need media outlets like mine. You know what I'm saying? To give niggas the raw motherfucking facts of what's going on.
You got
right?
people coming in off of Periscope, Twitter right now saying "wag the dog." If you hate Trump and whites, then get out of our country. We didn't invite you anyway.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit. I love it. See? Where they at? Give me some more. Give me some more. Let's listen to the voice. You understand what I'm saying? Let's listen to the true voice. Cause see, when I hear these people, when they come at me on my Instagram and shit like that, the first thing I do, because what I notice, it's always hard to find their face. So hopefully they got their face up there. Do they see? You see that black dot right there?
Yeah.
They never want to show their face.
And this one showed his face right here.
Yeah. Salute. And I appreciate that. But you go back to that other motherfucker. You notice the ones that really, really want to go in, right? Yeah. They never show their motherfucking face. You want to know why?
That's coming in off of Twitter.
Let me tell you why. You want me to tell you why? Because it's the true face of American terror. It's the true face. If you find that motherfucker, it's the true face of American terror. Right? That motherfucker right there. If it's not him, it might be his cousin that's gonna shoot up a motherfucking Walmart next month. Or his uncle. Right? Or his brother. Or him. They are the true face of American terror. This is facts, and this is why they get mad. This is why they get mad at niggas like me, because I know the truth. I know who you are, nigga. And Donald Trump represents you. He represents you well. He represents you well. You need him. But I know who you are. The true face of American terrorism. Huh? I ain't seen nobody else blowing shit up in the last goddamn 20 years. But you motherfuckers. I ain't seen nobody else killing motherfuckers by the goddamn dozens in the last 20 years. But you motherfuckers. It's facts, nigga. It's on record. Huh? The true mass murderers, nigga. Right? But they got the nerve. See, remember all them decades, right? Where they said it was us. They had the nerve to say that it was you, right? They said that it was people that look like me and talk like me, right? That we were the true threat to America. You remember that? You remember that? The Black Panthers, the #1 threat to America, trying to feed their motherfucking kids, giving niggas free lunches. And you deem them to be the #1 threat in America. 50 years later, nigga, who's the real threat? Who is the real terrorism, the real terrorist of America? I'm not scared of, I don't know about you. I'm not scared of no Arab or no Muslim. When I go in Walmart, when I go to a movie theater, when I go to these public places, I have to sit by the exit, nigga. My girl be looking at me funny. Because I know, nigga, at any given time, one of these motherfuckers could come in here and light this bitch up. That's a fact, nigga.
This video is done for educational purposes only, people. Educational purposes only.
That's a fact. Talk to him, nigga. Talk to him. Talk to him. Because I'm going to give him the raw. You see what I'm saying? Because when they reach out like that, and you give them this right here, then they get offended. Then they want to block you. Then they want to report you and shit like that. Yeah, nigga, you lost, nigga. The true face of American terror. Talk that shit. That's why I like when I hear that shit and when I see it, because we can finally document it. Nigga, I got pictures. I show pictures on my show of these nasty motherfuckers hanging us in a public square. 100, 200 people in a motherfucking crowd with their babies, nigga. With 4, 5-year-old kids looking at the camera and smiling while a black man hangs from a goddamn tree with his nuts on the goddamn ground. Huh? And you had the nerve to tell people for years, for hundreds of years, that I was the true threat to America. Who you scared of now? Your own people, nigga. Who the real threat now? Your own people, nigga. The truth is out. And Donald Trump represents that truth. That red MAGA hat represents that truth. I love it. Don't take the hat off now, nigga. Don't try to take the bumper stick off of your car now, nigga. It's too late. His ass has been impeached. It's downhill from here. The president has gone rogue. And you nasty motherfuckers continue to stand, and you're going to die on this motherfucking hill with him. Your ass is going down. You will be forever remembered in history. Ooh, my fucking phone went out. Give me some. I had to burn my phone.
Yo. Yeah, I don't know what happened right there, people, but you know, like I said on Death for the Cloud Chaser TV, man, we try to give a different perspective on different content. This is for educational purposes only, though. This is a guy who had some things to say about King Face, the whole mega supporters. We at the top of the video, we played on Trump claims the Boeing 737 crash was because it flew through a bad neighborhood. You know, we just giving a different perspective just to see what the callers. The lines are open. The phone number's above. The link for the stream yards, if you want to get on and, you know, saying like he is, I'll put that in the box as well. You know, who we got in the building? What year was that? It's sad Trump using American people life as a plot to deploy to avoid impeachment. Scheme team scheme team teeth. What the? Shout out scheme team. You heard. I challenge you to debate the caller. Bet you not capable. Do you at Richie Wu King? She's saying that she challenged you to debate the caller. We'll put the link in the description if you would like. You can come up, man. Matter of fact, let me put it in right now. Yes, it's definitely Cloud Chaser TV.
What's happening, cuz?
What's going on, man?
It's all good, my nigga. Yo, much congratulations on your grind and your progress and success, my nigga.
Appreciate you, family. Where you calling in from?
Calling from Michigan.
Michigan in the building, man. You want to give them your name?
Yeah, you can call me Jack.
Jack. Okay, man. How you feel about this subject?
Yo, I just tuned in. What's the subject, cuz?
It's pretty much like with the 737 you know, plane coming down, crash or whatever. Trump has came out and said that the U.S. doesn't have any involvement in any of this, and what had happened is it probably the plane ended up going through a bad neighborhood, so that's probably why it crashed.
Yeah, man, that's all kind of funny shit going on with Iran. It's a you know, I think it's all a setup, man. I think what happened is I think it was some people in Iran who didn't like that general, some higher ups, and they got together. They had some talks with Trump, and they gave him the go-ahead, the green light, to go ahead and take him out. That's why it ain't been no real retaliation, because that general, he was a real dude. Like, he couldn't be bought off. He wasn't about money and none of that. He was fighting against America for real.
Yeah.
He was funding militias. He actually, he's the guy who stopped ISIS from taking over Iraq. And you know, ISIS is funded by America. I don't know if people remember, but when that war in Syria started, Obama was all on TV talking about, oh, we got to fund ISIS to take down Assad, the president of Syria. I don't know if people remember that shit.
Yeah.
They was giving arms to ISIS. They always do that. That's the same thing they did in Libya with Clinton, was giving funds and stuff to these so-called rebel groups. First they call them rebels, and then when they get done with the rebels, then they start calling the rebels terrorists, and you know, act like they ain't had nothing to do with them. It's all a game. It's all bullshit. But look, I got one question, my nigga. One question. I don't want to take it too much of your time. I got one question for you.
Go ahead, brother.
Tell us how much you love boxing.com, my nigga.
Yeah, man. Salute boxing.com, man. We love boxing.com. Y'all already know it.
For sure, for sure. All right, my nigga, be smooth.
Hey, be smooth, fam. Yeah, man. That was a caller just checked in and tapped in. It was a good point. That he made. He brought up a timeline, even involving maybe some presidents that you like, you know, and that's a lot of times when people bring up different timelines, and it might not fit your narrative. Some people back away, but that's definitely a good point. I definitely like to hear different perspectives because you never know. Sometimes you miss things and it might have saying some other things might have shadowed that during that particular time. So you might have missed it, but when you have the individuals involved, they might be able to grasp it, and grab what you missed and bring it to your light. Yeah, no, salute, CT, salute. He said they shot missiles and gave us a 6-hour notice beforehand. Who does that if they were retaliating? No, that is different, man. I'll tell you. It says in the event that you are brave, enlightened enough to step up, people first. Oh, she talking to you, Reggie. I figured that. So you're gonna join us. That's what she said. She wanted you to join us on the get. Yeah, it's definitely a show. It's a show. Yo, salute, fam, salute. Yeah, we just getting in a little bit of this news. Let me see this 605. Wow. See, that's similar to what I was playing earlier with the brother Pharaoh. He was saying that how they all these memes coming out that's saying that black people don't want to fight the war, but they not realizing that even though you saying black people don't want to fight the war, but you got your kin folks that's at war. You know what I mean? He's like, pick a side. He said you either American or you not. You've been over here for all these years. You either would, like, if they came over here, he's saying that he gonna have trouble. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have trouble because he's ready to fight. He said now he don't want to go over there and fight them, but he's saying if they come over here, he gonna be on the same BS that they on. You feel me? So, how you feel about that? DOC, love what you're doing in the new year, bro. What's the topic? Who's on the menu? Yeah, no, they got Trump like Trump was coming in and pretty much saying what he said in regards to trying to get this thing. There we go. Give me 1 second, people. But when Trump explained it, he said he ain't going through no bad neighborhood. About to play it for y'all right now. Yep. Trying to pull up the video right now. Here you go. Man, how y'all day going though, man? It's this Saturday morning vibe. Let me pull them away. It's crazy because, like, you know how, like, when you be going to the videos, when you offline, everything comes right in together. Then when you go into these videos, when you online, stuff start to move slow, and it's like you got the fastest internet. You like, is this a conspiracy?
What I'm here to let y'all know is we caught in the middle of some shit that that most y'all don't understand. Okay? And that's the issue. We caught in the middle of some shit that a good majority of y'all just don't understand. And you're not gonna understand. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I can understand that too. That's okay. But what we not gonna do, all right, here we go. This is what I wanted to show. What we're not gonna do is feed ourselves to the wolves playing too much. Okay? This picture right here, I'm pretty sure y'all seen this picture. I grabbed it on purpose. Just to let y'all know this is true. Okay? So these motherfuckers that's running this world and basically playing Monopoly in real life at our expense is only winning because we choosing to even play Monopoly. So when everybody around the world stand up against these elites and you know, fight for truth, justice, and actual equality, free energy, and in a more healthy state of existence, then we can see their ass. But as long as we stay divided and our minuscule, meaningless differences, and this is exactly what I mean now. If some shit pop off,
here you go, right here.
If a bomb go off over here and they say the Iranian military is on U.S. soil and they attempting to destroy the country, do gangbangers and police join forces, or do we? Not we, because I'm not either or, but I'm from the black community. So does the inner city black folks join forces with white folks, or do we say, well, fuck it, we just gonna go down and let Iran come over here and slay us? Do the Spanish community lock arms with the black community, or fuck it, we just gonna let Arab come over here and have his way? And so the point I'm trying to make is, there's a lot of shit going on that most of y'all are too behind to catch up on. It's just too many years and years of fucking research and progress that y'all just won't catch up on. So to keep it simple for y'all, I'm gonna leave it at this. Get the fuck off the internet making memes acting like we don't want no smoke. Because all you doing is telling motherfuckers that we don't want no smoke. And then on top of that, you don't know if the person that's making the memes is they ass. You don't know
this
if
what
Iran right now
look,
got a profile acting like a.
And this mainly what I was talking about. Like, at the end of the day, you know, whatever was being said or whatever was going on, people gonna have whatever they want to say, right? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this: it's because we live here, we on this American soil. So you either take a stand, you either against them or you with them. And that's pretty much what young Pharaoh is saying. And it's interesting because even him giving his black perspective, you know what I'm saying, even though he's coming for a community, the black community, but at the end of the day, it still applies to all communities that's from this soil. You got to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? You gonna let them come because they come over here. What you gonna do? I don't do this, but y'all not gonna hit the like for DOCC, allowing us to have a real conversation with different perspectives about a serious issue. Yeah, no, that, you know, it's all good. I just ran 3 miles, ate a big plate of French toast. Salute on that. So you know, it's not just about, like I said, it's not about a black thing. It's more so about American thing. Like, and then when he about to play this clip, when he get to talking about how do you think that they're targeting us, the black community, by them the ones that's over there probably making these memes and put these memes and putting them up. You feel me? So listen to him. Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out on that.
Iran come over here and slay us. Do the Spanish community lock arms with the black community, or fuck it, we just gonna let the Arab come over here and have his way. And so the point I'm trying to make is, it's a lot of shit going on that most of y'all are too behind to catch up on. It's just too many years and years of fucking research and progress that y'all just won't catch up on. So to keep it simple for y'all, I'm gonna leave it at this. Get the fuck off the internet making memes, acting like we don't want no smoke. Because all you're doing is telling motherfuckers that we don't want no smoke. And then on top of that, you don't know if the person that's making the memes is they ass. You don't know if it's a nigga in Iran right now got a profile acting like a pro-black person, and they making fucking profile, they making memes
Targeting you.
acting like, well, black people ain't got nothing to do with it, because they trying to influence the entire, black population in America not to get involved if they bring their ass over here. Vice versa, same thing with other races of people. And so what y'all gotta realize is, nigga, you've been a part of this country all this time.
All this time.
Okay? If it pop off over here, nigga, choose wisely. That's all I'ma say. Choose wisely. You wanna be going to work for motherfucking Islamic leader Hababalaki, or bitch, you want fuck it, we just gonna let the Arab come over here and have his way. And so the point I'm trying to make, is telling motherfuckers that we don't want no smoke. And then on top of that, you don't know if the person that's making the memes is they ass. You don't know if it's a nigga in Iran right now got a profile acting like a pro-black person, and they making fucking profile, they making memes and shit acting like, well, black people ain't got nothing to do with it, because they trying to influence the entire, black population in America not to get involved if they bring their ass over here. Vice versa, same thing with other races of people. And so what y'all gotta realize is, nigga, you've been a part of this country all this time. Okay? If it pop off over here, nigga, choose wisely, nigga. That's all I'ma say. Choose wisely.
Yeah.
You wanna be going to work for motherfucking Islamic leader Hababalaki, or bitch, you wanna be able to deal with Trump. I'll take my chances with Trump before I take my chances with one of them. Get over here and outlaw deodorant? I think not. I think not. I think not. Bitch, I like to smell good. I can't wear no deodorant. I can't be under the of a nigga talking about pedophilia. Okay, I don't know religion. Okay, let's not act like we don't know. Let's not act like Islam ain't say that black people are cursed and shouldn't even be reading the motherfucking Quran. Yes, so you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
He said, y'all heard him, right? Y'all heard him, right?
What is Muslim niggas gonna do?
Y'all heard him, right?
Can we get in the...
That's what he want to know. You know what I'm saying? He want to know which side y'all on. Side with white people when they never had your back. Salute, so. Oh, Richie, DOC phone line still open. I don't hear you. like and share, people. I trust any race more than white people. King T salute with Trump. Fuck that. Acting like a pro-black person. But the thing is it's like when he said these words, I think he is pro-black. So he's saying, that's why I said it was quite interesting hearing it from him, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe he is pro-black. So if you listening to the words that he's using, is like he more so saying, like, at the end of the day, if it's them or if it's them or us, you gonna have to pick a side. And he telling you which side he on. He saying fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He like they not finna come over here. You know, he made a joke. They not finna come over here and outlaw deodorant. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's crazy, right? But like at the end of the day, it's his perspective. It's a lot of people who think like him. It's a lot of people who think like some of these comments that's flashing on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because at the Death of the Cloud Chaser TV, we trying to give you your perspective. You know, the phone lines is open. The StreamYard links, we keep dropping it in comment section, but it's more so about that. You feel me? That's what it's about. You know, just getting more from the people. Because look, even he said right here, he like at the end of the day, the American Muslim, whose side you on? The American Muslim, whose side are you on?
All y'all niggas is on. Can we get an official statement from nigga Muslims around the country? Whose side is you niggas on? I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucking Quran. I don't want to see you females running around with your hijab or bitch. Whose side is you on, nigga? Is you black or is you a Muslim? Because if you tell me you a Muslim, if it pop off, you gonna get the same treatment Habaki Baki gonna get. See?
You hear him, right? So, you know what I'm saying? And that's his perspective. Salute, family. Jordan, Louis. Look. Yeah, salute. Man, it's crazy. It's like, at the end of the day, I can't understand where you're coming from. Because at the end of the day, you from here, you've been here your whole life. If you went over there, they willing, like he was saying earlier in this thing that I didn't play the clip, but he was saying how some of these same places, they still involved in the slave trade. So like, do you really want to go to these different places and go to the slave trade? Huh? That's what he's saying. He's saying like these different places is still got the slave trade going on. Do you really want to side with them? Don't get it twisted. America is bad, but is it really that bad? That's what he's saying. You know, I think it's an interesting perspective. Like I said, it's an interesting perspective.
I'm not gonna play with you, motherfucker. I don't want to hear none of that. So don't be no victim. That's all I'm saying. Live your life, but be aware. Be ready. You see them tanks moving through Houston? Be ready. If it pop off over here, nigga, let me know where you at. Because I'm not going to ask no motherfucking, bitch, I won't be asking no motherfucking question. I won't be doing no more YouTube video. It'll be over. I'm telling you, I'm going to turn into a whole nother nigga in this world. I'm going to turn into a whole nother savage breeding nigga you have never seen before. So, niggas.
How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? And like I said, that's Young Pharaoh. If I'm not mistaken, Young Pharaoh is definitely one of the pro-black leaders that's out there in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I was laughing that he said these might be Arabs on the tube pretending like they pro-black person, saying he shouldn't fight, like some tricky shit. Yeah, that's a fact. That's what, like, you know what's crazy? That's really what I thought was very interesting about that whole video is like, damn. Because like we have seen the power of propaganda. We have seen even back in the old days how things have changed. You know what I mean? It's a million black men. It's a million black men in U.S. prisons. Yeah. It's incarceration in the U.S. is bad, man. It's like a big thing, you know? And it's just like, that's how like they get you though. You know what I'm saying? That's how they'll get you because it is bad, but that's how a lot of people get under treason activities because of that type of stuff. You know, you look back onto history, you look back onto these different platforms and you know, different news articles on how these people went rogue and they went overseas and then they start participating in different type of activities. It's a lot because of things that had took place like during their childhood that directly affected them. You know what I mean? So a lot of times this stuff directly affect them. So like you said, it's a million black men in U.S. prisons, and that's correct. So even like what young Pharaoh was saying is like Iran knowing that type of information, is they targeting the U.S. with that? You know, is they targeting black people? Or are they targeting us with this propaganda? Ain't nothing going down on this soil. Iranis are not even Arabs.
But damn it, if we're gonna utilize technology, yes, let's utilize it to liberate ourselves from the reptilian brain instead of enslaving ourselves to the reptilian brain, which is survival mode, aka fight or flight. And with that being said, family, remember freedom is a two-part word, suffix word. Dom is master, free is short for Freemason. Freedom means master Freemason. So if you're over there, you think you're fighting for freedom, motherfucker, you better check the fuck again. And with that being said, whatchamacallit, home of the free, land of the brave, free is for Freemason. Okay? So you better realize who the founding fathers of this country was and what their agenda was. So if you think George Washington and all the rest of the motherfuckers' agendas and their little notes that they wrote in their lodges are not still being carried out by these people, bitch, you better think again. And with that being said, let me get my
saying that the stuff that they left, he talking about Masons at that point. Hey man, what do you have to say about all the juveniles being impacted by mass incarceration? Yeah, see, like the thing is with mass incarceration is wrong, but I do know the person that pretty much signed the whole bill behind mass incarceration was Clinton and them. You know what I'm saying? Bill Clinton. They had all that. You know, they behind all that. The Democratic Party is behind all that. For years they've been preying upon us. Now I don't think that black people need to be, or juveniles, or anybody that's been anybody that's been mistreated in this country. I don't feel that it needs to be overlooked. You know, I feel that this type of situations where it's mass incarceration and people are being more involved in crime, and then you seeing like how a lot of times they not hiring more police in these areas because a lot of times these people are putting it on social media. They putting it on social media. It's like people got their own propaganda these days. It's like the hood, even if you from in the hood in different parts of the country in the United States, the hood means that it means people who live there is pretty much poverty struck, right? It's a poverty stricken area. So in different parts of this country, you got where it's white people there, you got where it's black people there, you got where it's Asian. If you poor, you live amongst each other, period. It's different places like this throughout the United States. Now, Just like I'm from Chicago, it's a little bit more segregated, you know, where if you poor and you black, you live in a poor black neighborhood. If you poor and you white, you live in a poor white neighborhood. If you poor and you Asian, you live in a poor Asian. You know what I mean? Vice versa. But the thing is, it's like when we talking to, you know, the YouTube, we talking to the mass. So therefore, I have to keep an open mind. I have to let other parties involve, you know, their opinion, because I don't know exactly where they coming from. You know, it's just like a person who, you know, never seen a black person in their life, but they always seen gangster movies on TV. So when they meet a black person, who are they really? You know what I'm saying? What type of, like, what I'm saying is, what type of image in their head do they have on meeting this person? You know, and Farrakhan talks about that type of stuff, imagery. It's all about imagery. You know, it's different imageries out here, and you know, it's just different. It's just different. Yeah. Yep. The Clintons are dirty. The Super Predator Act, the 3-strike law. That's a fact. Yeah. So like, it's just like a lot of people be confused. They get mad at different parties. I don't think it's a party Pacific thing right now. Only difference is that a lot of times black people really never gave Republicans a try. That's the only thing that we can say that's a fact, that they really never gave them a try to even, you know, give us some empty promises and not move forward through them. You know what I mean? We really never really even gave them a try. But the Democratic Party, we did give them a try. And I'm not saying if people should vote Republican. I'm saying that maybe it shouldn't be a party Pacific. Maybe it should be independent. But whomever it is who got the people that's being mistreated in this country, the juveniles from mass incarceration, the black males that's being mass incarcerated, you know, the for-profit businesses, how these businesses are on the stock market. These things need to be definitely addressed, because how could you have something like that profiting on a worldwide scale on the stock market when people can buy into this and be in another country and buy into this particular product and may, you know, boost up the infrastructure, where now instead of having 10 prisons in this particular state, now they got 50 prisons. You know what I mean? But they say that they don't have enough money to build new schools, or schools are closing down because it's not enough funding. It's lack of funding. So it's a lot of things going on, man. And you know, people gonna get mad and they gonna have their own thoughts about it. But at the end of the day, I really don't think, because of how severe it is and how much different parties are involved as far as mentally destroyed. Like, so many of us are mentally destroyed. We don't even know literally sometimes what's right from wrong. Cause you even got on the TV, you turn on the news, you might see a cop, you know, on body cam straight shoot a dude in cold blood. You know what I mean? Black people specifically, you know, being attacked. And then you will see these type of things going on in the news, but yet they not really getting addressed, you know what I'm saying, face forward. You got things in our culture that's getting addressed. You got things like snitching, you know, that could be a thing that that needs to be hit first, face forward. But at the end of the day, we got bigger issues. We got a bigger thing that's boiling, because I really do think that, you know, them letting Chicago, that's why Chicago murder rate is actually going down. The numbers are going down, luckily for them. And I'm proud of them guys, you know, because I really think that it's a propaganda behind, you know, the fact that if you got a city that's under attack, and even the federal, well, not the federal government, a city that's under attack, and even the state government cannot, you know, put a hold on what's going on inside these communities, the federal government gets involved. So now all this imagery that's on TV is steady telling you, wow, Chicago is so bad. I even see it in YouTube. It's like, yo, I'll never live there. You know, like, wow, you know. So it's like, it's not just an ongoing thing. It's a thing that's going around all on social media. Like, I will never live in Chicago. No, I will never do this or that, right? So what that propaganda is setting forth is that now people are like, you know, something needs to happen out there. Yeah. If you gotta if the military police gotta take over that city, yeah, let them take over that city. Now, and that's ground zero. That would be ground zero. That would be the start for the rest of the country to get on board. You know what I mean? So people need to pay attention. It's some things that's bigger than just you going outside and you having issues with your op. It's bigger than the president, being impeached, or or him saying that he grabbing someone by the pussy. You know what I mean? It's bigger than all these things. It's a bigger thing going on outside, people, and really ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe right now. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know if we need to come together, with the as far as the black community goes, where it's a thing where do we need to start to make these people, when we picking parties and we got a lot of this influence, like you got Diddy, you remember Diddy, Oprah, a few more of them celebrities was like kind of the reason Obama got in office. Like they was paying top dollar for people to get bused to different polling locations in places where it was rural, where it ain't no buses, where it ain't no cars, it's lack of public transportation. But these people are on the voting scale, but they can't vote because they can't get there. You feel me? So they was putting a lot of bread inside of this campaign. You feel me? And a lot of people don't remember that. So with that being said, it's even when Obama got in office, a lot of people would say that we didn't get a lot of things that we needed. Like we got Obamacare, which is a thing for, that'll help us, through the whole United States, no matter what race or ethnic background you come from, right? That'll help the whole country. So we got that. And then people will say that he helped the LGBT community, right? So he helped them out, right? And then when it came to the Rock the Vote. Rock the Vote was the campaign that they had behind all the celebrities. Rock the Vote. So when you got all this stuff going on, what can you really do, and who can you really believe? Right? Who can you really believe? Do you take in consideration that everything these people been telling us for years that we was gonna be getting, we ain't getting? I don't know if y'all seen that new Vice documentary, but it's a lady who been doing work for years that she has proven cases after cases where even in 1955, they still had that thing called, what was it called? It's basically when they'll give you free rent and allow your family to stay there, but you never own a piece of the property or sharecropping, right? So you'll end up having to go stay on this property. And they found out that it was cases where these people had been putting in their labor, and it was like a thing, like, oh, if you own, think about this. If you own acres and acres and thousands of acres in the South, and it's the middle of nowhere, but this little wooden house and all this, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll give you 1,000 acres. Yeah, you get control of all this. This is all you right here. So it's like it's a bigger Trump is just another actor, agent playing a role in this world of script. Politics is a dog pony show. It's all propaganda. Yeah, no, this is definitely all propaganda, man. It's propaganda that's never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, like even what the guy Young Pharaoh was saying, even with Breadman had came up here and that explained some issues he had with King Faye supporting MAGA, but at the end of the day, it is like I wanted to ask him that question. I didn't get a chance to ask him because he had tapped out. I think his phone went dead. Yeah, when slavery stopped. Cash for clunkers, Obama phones. I don't know, man. Yeah, they did have the cash for clunkers. They did have, and another thing Obama did too was that loan situation. Like if you got a loan or if you want to be a teacher, they can wipe off your loan in many states federally because of that. But the biggest thing right here is when slavery stopped, the penal code started. That's what y'all not realizing. That stuff started. It started right there. You know what I mean? It started right there. Pharaoh speaks a lot of truth. That free stuff will rock our community to sleep. Yeah, that's how, like, it's like this, right? You don't remember when right before Bush went in for his second term, he started sending out everyone stimulus checks. You remember when everybody was getting them stimulus checks? He was getting between $400 and $800 just in the mail for no reason. Y'all remember that? Then all of a sudden, the American people was like, yo, Bush ain't so bad after all. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how they was doing. They was like, yo, Bush ain't too bad. Yeah, he ain't bad after all. You know, that's what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? It's at this point where they turned our own women against us in our own homes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like record, and that's record. It's record showing this type of stuff where in communities where, especially during the 60s and 70s, after having these hardships, after still have like coming from just a couple of, you know what I'm saying, decades, or maybe even a decade ago where your family was, you know what I'm saying, had nothing. And now, you know, you need a little bit of assistance, but they tell you like, yo, you can't be getting no assistance if the father lived there. So then the females started kicking out the fathers. This happened in the 70s. This is true, people. You go talk to them old folks, they'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you it was part of the program. It was all propaganda. Just like if you had back in the day, even if you communicate like how we doing right now, it's 12 of us, the FBI be in the room, man. They'll be knocking at your door. Hey, yo, in black suits back in the day. Yo, what's going on? What y'all got going on today? Yo, what y'all got going on here, man? What are y'all talking about? You know what I mean? Yep. I got 650 from Bush. Obama didn't give me shit. Yeah. No, it was a stimulus check though, but that stimulus check I think helped him get back in office because then they had him against the ketchup guy. You know what I mean? And then like it was like, damn, Bush is kind of like effed up person. He a effed up person. Bush is a effed up person, but at the end of the day, like this dude, this ketchup dude is kind of like, yo, do he even know what he doing? Like he sells ketchup. So then you got the, you know what I'm saying? It's all propaganda. Think people. I'm in Toronto. I need y'all to clarify the voting rights in the U.S. I was always told that in the U.S., if one has a felony, there's a right to vote is revoked for life. Is that accurate? No, that's not accurate. You know, in U.S., you can have felony and still vote. In some states, they do have issues with giving people different cars without them going through extra procedure. You know, like instead of just going up there and giving it to them and just, you know, it is what it is. We already know the law and we know the system, because at first it was people that was getting turned away because of that law. You know what I mean? Well, it wasn't a law. It was just because of misinformation. And again, that's part of the Rock the Vote campaign. That whole Rock the Vote campaign exposed all that. Like, y'all didn't know y'all can vote. No, fella. Diddy and them, all them, Oprah and them, they spent so much money. All them people who was donating to Obama campaign, they spent so much money, man, making sure that people understood that if you do have a felony, you still got the opportunity to elect who you want to elect. You feel me? Just like right now, it's on the thing that like councilmen and you know, inside your community, you know, some people got aldermen for their area. A lot of times you only need 5,000 votes, but that's why they putting a handle on social media right now, because a lot of people are waking up like, yo, I only need 5,000 votes. Like, you know, I'm a big rapper in my area. You know, so I got 5,000 people who rock with me for sure. That's $100,000 seat. That's $120,000 seat. That seat makes action for the community. So you're gonna start to see people come out the woodworks that's gonna be thinking that they're for the community, but at the end of the day, they're not gonna be for the community. They're just gonna be people who hunting these political checks worse than ever. So now you're gonna see it's gonna be a string of people that's gonna come up you're gonna be like, wow, they for family. This is refreshing. He look just like me. You know, whether you, like I said, you know, like at Death of the Cloud Chase, we really don't, it doesn't really matter about your race or your ethnicity. It's all about really, the message is really the same. Because everything that we talking about stand for you too. You know what I mean? The only difference is that they are mass incarcerating, you know what I'm saying, black and brown. You know, that's the difference. And that's a big difference. Let me see what the comments, where we at? Real spill. Felons can vote. Support, y'all. Support with Super Chat or whatever, man. Y'all can donate to $ Cloud Chaser TV. On that being said, I follow American politics. Yeah, no, we definitely know that. Oh, you said you had got the half? Yeah. Yeah, one of them stimulus on checks. Yeah, no, they was definitely giving out half of joints. So then you got, let me pull this back up on Pharaoh. Because Pharaoh be saying some real stuff, and it's like, I like his perspective because like he even telling you, even being like, even if you pro-black, right? And even at the end of the day, the people who probably against pro-black, he got the same message entwined with both of them on this particular thing, right? And it's crazy. I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? That's quite interesting. Like some people in the comment was saying that, you know, they not feeling on young Pharaoh. They think he, you know, he ain't rap too tight. But the thing is like everybody experience different things in their life. Like I said, with the person, how they be getting people to go rogue and they go overseas and they become, you know, ISIS and whatever. You know what I mean? It's usually because of a situation that happened that stemmed from them being a child or some type of mistreatment amongst them that was direct. So it was direct involvement usually with them. So it's easy to manipulate the brain when it's that type of hardship. So that's why people, y'all gotta realize, y'all, if y'all adults and y'all got kids, y'all gotta really watch what type of energy that's being put out there to your kids. You know what I mean? Eric, salute, brother, salute. Yeah, so you know, you got to be careful on what type of energy that's being put out there, especially when like they don't have a voice or reason. Like reason, we playing some of this content. We had the guy, he was pretty much going on at King Face, you know, about how a black supporter of Trump, he's against that. And that's the whole perspective. You got a black supporter of Trump. We had that on here, right? We had the people from Twitter that was chiming in who was on some, you know, not so well on the comments, could have been considered, you know, racist. But even then, they had to think about some of the things that they were saying. Then we had Pharaoh come on, right? We had the video where we playing with Pharaoh, where he spoke about how, you know, you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Yeah, no, I'm just saying though, like it's not really like that. That's me talking about that stimulus check is not a direct shot at Obama. It's just more so that I just want y'all to see how propaganda is. You know what I mean? It's just like Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Food stamps was at an all-time high. Social security checks in this country was at an all-time high. That's the first era when they start diagnosing tons of people with ADHD and all these different issues. Like People was getting a check for no reason. So of course, during this time, people were like, damn, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So that's why they love Clinton so much. But they didn't realize that Clinton is the reason that a lot of this mass incarceration is going on. So then when they ask questions to Trump, like, yo, Trump, why is we doing mass incarceration? But when they got a whole person who's running against him, who they should be directing them questions towards. You know what I mean? So it's not that, like I said, it's not that I'm on Trump's side or against Obama or with any of these people. I'm just pointing out some of the things that people are saying inside of the community, you know, and we bringing it to the forefront. Agreed, mass incarceration is a major issue, especially when it's black and brown people are being targeted. They're actually doing the shit over here also. Yeah, they doing that in Canada. Wow. See? Police keep illegal info, young kids in the hood. Yeah. Yeah. King Face thinks he's woke, but he's a sheep like the rest. Believes in Trump. Trump tripping. Those planes are fit to fly. And for 1-1, salute, family. Our people got to stop voting for who gives us the biggest tax return. That's a fact. Stop voting for that. And you seen, like, one thing I did notice about Obama when it came to taxes. Now, this coming from someone that's, you know what I'm saying, that within the black community, right? I did notice that in the hood, people used to, you know what I'm saying, they'll say that they do hair, you know what I mean? They'll say that they're a barber. They'll say that they different type of things. But the minute Obama touched that office, they started doing checks on people who said they was barbers. They wanted to see licenses. They wanted to see licenses if you said you do hair. You know what I mean? Any type of business, they pretty much wanted to see some type of activity. You feel me? So I was like, wow, was that like an insider? But that's a fact, though. We can't just be allowing people to give us a big tax return or a stimulus check or, you know, to persuade us. But even at the end of the day, I bet you ask people who voted for Bush during that time, they'll probably say they didn't vote. So even though the people didn't vote for Bush, but it probably, that stimulus check might have deterred them from voting in the first place, right? Yeah, little man said, yeah, yeah, my son in the background. It says, then when the child is old enough to be charged, the police snatch them up with the quickness as a review of their illegal notes. Yeah, that's a fact. Like, and it's actually police inside of, I remember inside of my community, right, the Chatham area, you know, the, over in their area, they did it was like police officers doing the same exact thing, going to these different areas and then writing down and taking it among themselves. Like, I'll give you an example. When I used to leave school at like 15 and 16 years old, it's sometime, I promise you, I'll be getting off the bus. I'll be getting off the bus on 79th and Yates. Used to be a bus stop right there. The bus stop don't stop there no more. But it used to be a bus stop right there, right? I'll get off right there. Before I even walk up the street, I was getting pulled over by the police. And not only did I have a transfer in my hand, which you can only get a transfer and it only good for 2 hours. So from where I just came from to this location, like, it can clearly, like, I ain't been out here, right? But soon as I touch over there, the police come and say, they call the police. I ain't seen them call the police on me themselves. They like, yeah, they say you out here trespassing. You like, what? I'm walking past this building. They like, no, they say you been posted in front of this building for hours. You like, bro, I was in school. Look, here go my worksheet. I got this worksheet from school. They end up going like, you know what? We believe you. Just give us a second. They got you with their partner out there cracking jokes. And then next thing you know, this particular time I'm talking about, next thing you know, he rolls down the window and on the screen it's got the address and talking about we outside You know what I'm saying? In front of their building, trespassing and shit. You feel me? Like that's the type of activity, and that stuff will go on like in summer months, like in the summer months. Like if it's a decent day outside, they'll come around and sweep and do a sweep and lock everybody up for no reason at 1 o'clock. And then you won't get back out, so you'll miss all of that day. You know what I mean? You'll miss all of that day. If you had work, whatever is, you missed it. Thanks to the system. But that's the type of system that's going on, you know? Well, it seems only right. Trump only did shit for super rich billionaires and big business. Even small business didn't get shit out of Trump. Yeah. Yeah. That's how gays are getting their reparations, tax breaks. Then the transgenders are getting a social security check. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A whole social security check because of, it's like, how can I say it? It's almost like you when you go into the workplace, you're not able to work. It's almost like back in the day. That's why I told you in the 90s doing Clinton area, this how they was spoon feeding people. If you had, like my cousin used to get a check because he was claustrophobic. He couldn't be around, you know what I'm saying? He was claustrophobic. He couldn't be around a lot of people. You feel me? He couldn't be around a lot of people. He was like, he couldn't be, at least he say he couldn't be around a lot of people, right? But look, this is what they was doing. This was type of stuff they was doing, man. Oh yeah, ADHD, yeah. Whoop. That's the first beginning of it. Like when people talk about like, oh, how nowadays they trying to diagnose y'all kid, not like they used to. Them that how come all of my friends, them that from my area, like at one time was in like learning disability class or something. Because they was being targeted. Hey, you want your kid to get some extra help? You know what I mean? Being targeted. See, it's a bigger message out. And the thing is, it's like, ain't nobody safe right now. Honestly. You no matter what color you is, no matter what it give me a second. Yeah, because they can't keep a job because of, possible harassment. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually you can get a check behind that. You know what I mean? Like if you feeling like I said, like with the claustrophobic thing, if you feeling like you can't go to work because of you can't be around a lot of people, they only got a certain type of jobs for you. You can't go work at the supermarket. You can't go work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You can't go work in an office. You can't be an attorney. You can't be a doctor. So guess what they give you? A check. So that's what I say. Like they been spoon feeding people for years. Spoon feeding people for years, and then at the end of the day, people will look at the other party and then blame them. No, blame the people who you put in office. Blame them first. Then we'll get to the rest of them. But I want you to blame the people you put in office first. Blame them. Blame that person you voted for. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the next party because the next party, they probably got voted in clearly because of, all these people thinking like, yo, I need lower taxes or I need this or I need that. That's probably specifically why they got in, right? So when you made your vote for your person, did they lower taxes for you? Or what I'm saying is, did they do something that's, you know what I'm saying, for you? Probably not. I ain't never voted in my life. I won't vote. Elections and presidents are chosen years in advance. They knew Trump was going to be president in the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, no, I could believe that. That's what I was hoping you would run. Who running? Huh? Yeah, they get an SSI under mental disorder for. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yup, and she and 411 be knowing about the propaganda. That's why y'all need to go subscribe to her channel because she be knowing. First time I ever voted for Clinton, Trump ended up in office. Special education in high school shit's wild. Yeah, but then they got a special education check, but yet in most places they got no child left behind. So they don't even care about education. It's kids who in high school who don't even know how to read. Basic, you know what I'm saying? Basic sentence. Think about it. They mess with your son at the age of 7 and 8 while he was playing outside almost 15 years later. They still target him. Yeah. 5 detectives at bail hearing to stop him from being released. I could believe it. Trust me. And that's in Canada, people. She talking about Canada. You know what I mean? That's why I say this perspective is good because we getting energies across the globe. She talking about Canada and they still having these same issues as us. Target. It's white boys being targeted too. But not just like they being targeted like black and brown. You don't think they targeting a white boy with a tattoo on his face? Or tattoos on his neck? You don't think they saying that he probably smoked meth? Yeah, they is. They looking at him too. See, that's why I say it's a war outside, people, and ain't nobody safe. What? Hold on, I'm about to play some. Hold on, real quick, people. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They just want to be different and be lazy. Exactly, loyalty. Shit's backwards. Since when did drag queens become transgenders anyway? When the police mess with you daily yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, they was corrupt. When the police used to mess with me daily, and it's crazy, like it got to the point where I like back in the day in the 2000s, people used to wear like we would wear like a picture of the artist, like they had a Jay-Z shirt, a Nas shirt, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll wear they used to sell them bootleg shirts and shit, like $10 or something. You can get a little artist, you put that on with your Air Force Ones, your fitted cap, you Gucci, right? So I remember one time I got to go to jail. Soon as like, imagine I'm only like 17. This how much they got me so much. They got a whole, at the time they had a game book in Chicago. The book was like this thick on 103rd. This thick. And they put you in the game book if you affiliated with any area that you got locked up with more. I think it's more than 2 or 3 times. If you got locked up on that particular street, now you from that area. So imagine if you got a son and you a single mother and you just moved into this area because you don't have no means to get any other area. They probably gave you Section 8. And then you in this poverty-stricken area, and then these different things start to happen to you. So a lot of times people think that our school system is teaching kids to be worker slaves and not business owners and bosses. Yeah. 2020, wake up. Yeah, it's 2020 vision. It's only right. 2020 vision, people. It's only right. It would be all bad if the trap of the revolving door into the system with probation and parole. That's another trap. The biggest trap. Because again, they'll cut you a deal. They'll tell you, your family, that you facing 10 years. 10 years off of something with a good lawyer, you'll probably get a smack on the wrist, but you can't afford a lawyer, right? You can't afford a lawyer. So what happens? You can't afford a lawyer. What happens? It's 65 degrees in Boston right now. They even tempering with the weather. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna play this Pharaoh real quick while I gotta do something for my son real quick. Give me a second.
This video right here is not to shake up America and how y'all thinking it's gonna be, because remember, we manifest this reality with our mentality. So I'm not saying go into a chaotic or a frenzy mentality. Or I'm not saying don't be loyal to this country. I'm not saying be loyal to this country. Okay? What I'm saying is don't be no motherfucking fool. Okay? Don't be no fool. Because the secret of the occult is to convince you to use your free will against your own self. So if you an angry black person and you mad at America and the white man ain't never did right by you, you the perfect motherfucking candidate to be manipulated. Because when it comes time for you to do what they need you to do, you're gonna do it because you're stupid. Because you're stupid. Because you're driven by blind aggression instead of intelligent action. And so that being said, I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers. Because I know they don't give a fuck about me. Okay? But I'm not gonna let no motherfucking sandal wearing, no deodorant rocking motherfuckers come over here and stop nothing. Okay? And so don't be no fool. Don't allow the fact that we've been divided to get your ass to allow your country to fall. Don't be no motherfucking fool. This is our motherfucking land before it was anybody motherfucking land. So if anybody gonna have this motherfucker, it's gonna be us. If anybody gonna shake out over this motherfucker, it's gonna be us. Period. And so that being said, if anybody gonna have the last say so over who doing what in America, it's gonna be niggas. And so it'll be a Royal Rumble over this bitch. Okay? It'll be a Royal Rumble over this motherfucker. It'll be a, what's that shit called in wrestling? It'll be a triple threat over this motherfucker. And so, what's happening? And with that being said, y'all really gotta honestly learn and study Freemasonry, study the agenda. We can avoid the agenda. If everybody put their bush ass, funky ass, egotistical differences and opinions aside, we can avoid this shit and create a more energetically sustained world for everybody to live on. But if y'all don't want to do that and some shit pop off, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. All I'm saying is niggas. Where do y'all stand at? I'm talking to black people. See? And I'm not saying this, in a decisive way, but I'm saying don't be no fools. Okay? Stop watching memes and shit on Twitter and letting memes convince you to not defend your motherfucking your land. If some shit pop off over here, I don't want to. If some shit pop off over here, and I see niggas talking about they not getting in it, what you mean you not getting in it, nigga? They gonna clip you too, motherfucker. They're not gonna give you no. So you better get in it, motherfucker. What you talking about? And if you're not gonna get in it, you better form your own squad and get up in that. But either way it go, you better be getting in something, because that's not what you want, and you've been warned. Now you play them games if you want to. You be mad now talking about my girl can't wear her natural hair at work. You fuck around and she can't wear shit at work but the motherfucking eyelashes, because she have on some shit that all you can see is this. You fuck around and be in the mall and you be motherfucking trying to ask for a number based off how good them eyebrows is done. So don't nobody want that, motherfucker. Don't nobody.
Yeah, y'all. So, that's definitely an interesting perspective. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all share this stuff to y'all social media pages, man, if y'all got them. You know, that'll definitely be supportive. You feel me? Because like a lot of times people might not have money to donate or become a member on this channel. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But share is much appreciated. Getting the message out there, even if it's your favorite video, because sometimes it's gonna be content you might not agree with. And we completely understand that, you know. When y'all learn about numerology, you will learn how fake news script events on certain days as rituals. Respect. I'm not addressing the madness. Yeah. Like I said, there are many Russians and those invading illegals. So you cut that shit. Yeah, because it's like I said, it's bigger than one particular race. And the reason I'm playing Young Pharaoh is because I don't want people to think that one thing I can't take from this is that don't think because you black, you black, don't think that this doesn't count for you. Like you're not supposed to be involved in this issue. Like this is a big issue. Like I tell people early in this episode, I do remember when I didn't want to go to the military, right? And the reason is because when I was a freshman in high school, that's when the Twin Towers had came down. I remember being in school, having like 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock Chicago time or something. I'm like in like second and third period. You feel me? In English class. And they had to roll the TVs in. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, so it be just crazy, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cash Apps, Clout Chaser TV. $ Clout Chaser TV. So a lot of times, like, when I think about war, I think about that time, and I think about how all them people was over there for years, and it wasn't until really Obama came in. When Obama had came in, is when it wasn't until like when Obama came in is when they started to really send troops home. Because it was like, man, remember for years they was like, yo, when the troops are coming home, it was like all on, oh yeah, they supposed to come home this year. Then it'll go another 2 years, they still ain't home. You feel me? Like this was going on for years, people. Oh, like I know we got selective memory because of the era that saying the generation that we living in, right? Yeah, because of the generation. But I'm telling you, people, this stuff really happened. This was really going on. We don't want like this stuff. We're going to affect you. So regardless if you out there posting them memes talking about how like you can, take all these people and don't take us, that stuff don't even apply. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's people. It's just like on that plane. It was people on that plane. It was people on that plane. Hold on, people. But it was people on that plane, right? Who was from Chicago, who was from Missouri. My mother was just telling me the other day, she was like, yo, it was two dudes from local, and she was talking about these people was from like not too far from where she from, where we where she stay. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So like at the end of the day, this stuff can still hit home, what I'm saying. It can still hit home. Yeah, no, for real. It's all good, homie. That is funny. Young Pharaoh is funny. No doubt. He's so animated. 9/11 was our own government. Even the fake terrorist names they use, some of them was alive and well out there. It came out like it ain't like we ain't know the terrorists. I'm alive and well. It's made up propaganda and rituals. Yeah, that is interesting. It was some terrorists that they said that was dead because the result of that, and them terrorists was alive. They was on the run because it wasn't just Bin Laden who was on the run. Y'all forget that it was like a whole group of top leaders. It was he was like Bin Laden was like the top main dude, but it was a whole lot of dudes that they had to knock off before they even got to him. And then everybody seen the footage of let me play that footage. Everybody seen the footage of because one thing we can do, we could play, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't even gotta speculate.
We're going to turn now to an eerie recording hidden away for more than a decade of former President Bill Clinton just hours before the 9/11 attacks.
She look, and just like we was talking about the Clintons, how people would be they be so quick. They be so quick.
An eerie recording hidden away for more than a decade of former President Bill Clinton.
You see that?
Clinton just hours before the 9/11 attacks, telling a group of Australian businessmen why he did not order a strike against Osama bin Laden. Here it is.
I'm just thinking, if I were Osama bin Laden, he's a very smart guy. I spent a lot of time thinking about him, and I nearly got it once. I nearly got it, and I could have gotten, I could have killed him, but I would have had to destroy a little town called Kandahar in Afghanistan and kill 300 innocent unarmed children. And then I would have been no better than him. And so I didn't do it.
ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross here right now, and it's just so chilling to hear that, knowing in just hours.
Yeah, that was a conversation that they had hours before, the whole 9/11 situation. Hours before that, he was saying how he could have. Bill Clinton said he had the opportunity to take Bin Laden's life tons of times. Tons. Y'all heard it, right? Y'all want me to replay it? Like, y'all heard it, right? This from the Clintons.
I'm just saying, if I were Osama bin Laden, he's a very smart guy. I spent a lot of time thinking about him.
Oh, he said Osama bin Laden is a very smart guy.
He's a very smart guy. I spent a lot of time thinking about him, and I nearly got it once. I nearly got it, and I could have gotten, I could have killed him, but I would have had to destroy a little town called Kandahar in Afghanistan and kill 300 innocent unarmed children, and then I would have been no better than him. And so I didn't do it.
ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross here right now, and it's just so.
So, like I said, and that ain't even the one I was looking for. I wanted y'all to hear that one too. But look at the one I'm looking for. See? See, it ain't popping right up. That's crazy, right? Mm-mm. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. Because that video disappeared. The video disappeared. It was a video like in the 90s, like 92. At the end of the day, it all goes back to one thing. Oil money. The government was responsible. I'll keep hating on Muslims. Serious question. It's the one where I'm looking for the one that it's Bin Laden and George Bush Sr. This video been deleted or something, man. Let me type it into Google. Maybe it'll pop up on Google or something. Oh, it's from 1971. President Bush and Bin Laden family have been connected through business deals since 1977. When Salam, the head of Bin Laden's family business, one of the biggest construction companies in the world, invested in Bush's startup oil company, or Brostow Energy Incorporated, right? That's crazy, right? They say that they've been doing business with the Bin Laden family since 1977. So when Osama Bin Laden was killed, that's just crazy. Look at the ties they talk about. The ties they got on each other. You know what I'm saying? Look. Hidden financial ties. Allegedly, the plane that disappeared when it crashed against the Pentagon fell 39%. No other airline in the world had been subject to such. This is crazy. The Chicago Monitoring Commission of the stock operation was the first one to call people's attention. Chicago stock market, the Norse, had $5 million gains or benefit from United Airlines, $4 million from American Airlines, $1.2 million from Morgan Stanley and Dean, $5.5 million from Merrill Lynch. The monitoring experts, every major stock market checked and rechecked the gains of the Norse. All investigated were, wow, see what I'm saying? They talking about in this article, they talking about the gang, right? They talking about the gang from war. You know, they talking about how even the banks could have possibly known. This is all alleged, right? The banks could have even possibly known that a lot of, I say it's alleged, but a lot of this stuff they do have on fact. You feel me? But the banks, they saying that the banks just possibly knew about these particular activities about to be taking place. So they start to invest in American Airlines. They start to invest in Merrill Lynch and these different, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. A financial gain. Because it's just like when it all said and done, you remember it crashed. It's just like when the market crashed, right? When Bush was Bush Jr. was in office, right? It crashed. And y'all seen what happened when it crashed. People start to make fortunes. It's some people right now made fortunes from that era. Bin Laden was killed way before 2011. They killed him right out the 9/11, so he couldn't expose the lies. The OCC wanted the mob time me out for my different perspectives and opinions. Oh no, just have your opinions, man. Let them say their opinions, y'all. Give them your opinions. What is that? 9/11 was put into play when the first built those two towers. It was, yeah. Then you notice that, you know how much money, who was behind, let me see, what construction company landed, which construction company built exactly. Shit, you'll go get them ASAP too if you find out your business partner just attacked you. Shit. If you found out your business partner just attacked you, and it's a possibility that some secrets gonna come out, that's why they went and got it. That's why it makes sense to a lot of people. Like, yo, I'll probably do the same thing. It makes sense to people to do that. It's crazy. Yeah, people. But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, man. I'm about to get up off of here, people. I mean, yeah, we went for 2.5 hours today. Oh yeah, salute. I'm chop probably some of it. Yeah, salute everybody though. I appreciate y'all joining us like always, man. Family, love, support, man. Y'all share this video. Get your perspective out. Put it in the comment section below. To the end, man. Salute. That for the Cloud Chaser TV.